You know him. You know him very, very well. MVP, stepping inside right now. What's going on, dog?
Oh man, I'm just enjoying life right now,
Look at
man.
you. Listen to you. I could tell in your voice right now. You feel everything. Everything's good. Everything's good. That's GOODT. How you
Two
feeling?
D's on it.
Hey, before we even get started, man, before we even get started, MVP in the house, in the Hall of Fame right now. Before we even get started, Valentine's Day tomorrow, man. What you gonna be doing with your lady? Me, myself, personally, I'm gonna be stage play at the Hobby Center, set it off. Me and Charmel gonna do it up and go down, cheese and wine and all that there. What about yourself?
I take a completely different approach to Valentine's Day because personally, I don't feel that there's one day out of the year that's dictated to me by a Hallmark to go and do something special. I like to do something nice for my lady on a regular basis.
Yeah, yeah.
So Valentine's Day is just a bother because everybody's trying to do something on Valentine's Day.
That's
Me, Valentine's Day is all the time.
that's one way to get out of it. You know I ain't gonna let you just slide like that, man.
You know me, man. I'm not traditional in that way, man.
I feel you, dog.
I, I get you flowers and candy and all that on a regular basis.
Yeah, you know
So
what, man? You know what, man? Valentine's Day is not my favorite day of the year either, man, because literally back in 1987, it's the day I got locked up. Literally, it was on Valentine's
all
Day.
Valentine's Day,
All
man.
those guys. And I remember this day, man. I swear, man, for so many years, I hated Valentine's Day. And you know about being in that situation. You know what I mean? Just like myself.
Conjured up those bad
Oh
memories,
man, I
man.
swear. But you know what, man? But it's one of those memories that Charmel definitely put me in a state of mind where it's in the past now. You know, I don't think about it nowhere near the way I used to, man. But man, you back, man.
You
You
know
back.
what?
What?
Let me add on to that
Go
because it's
ahead.
funny. July 6th, 2019 has come and gone. And I didn't think about it. I didn't even consider it. I didn't pay it any mind. But July 6th, 2019 was officially 20 years that I've been out of prison.
Wow. Wow.
And like you said, just the way I look at it, it wasn't a monumental day. I didn't celebrate my 20th year out of prison. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about it until I was thinking, I'm looking back, like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been out of prison 20 years now, man.
Man,
So,
you know what? I gotta think about it because it's Valentine's Day.
yeah,
it's no,
you on the hook. Yeah, you on
There's
the
no,
hook. There's
there's
no
no way I
special
can get around it. I'm like, what is going on here, man? But that's life, man. That's life. Here, no, there. We move on. But like I was saying, man, your voice, man. I can hear in your voice. You sound like you're in a place now, and I know you're in a place because you got a little one now, man. You got a little one to think about, and you was talking about having that one match and wanting your little one to be there, man. What did it feel like, man, having that extra mouth to feed, as well as almost, it's not almost, it's like having someone that you would take a bullet for.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. I never wanted kids. And you and I have had this conversation a number of times. It wasn't, I wanted to be a Playboy bachelor forever, no
Yeah, yeah,
responsibility.
yeah,
And he came along and changed my life. And I always say this, he makes me a better man. He makes me a better human being. And he inspires me to try to set the best example for him. And he became a wrestling fan just over the last year. He really took an interest in, his uncles and cousins, for the holidays, birthdays, Christmas, they buy him action figures and championship belts and toy rings. So, he got all kind of cute little, if they see like a little athletic shirt that says MVP, they buy it for him, So even though I was trying to shield him from wrestling, there was no way it was going to happen. And now, like, he knows. He used to call it daddy fight.
yeah.
Oh, that's daddy fight. Oh, that's daddy fight. But now he knows WWE wrestling. That's what he calls it. Oh, daddy, I want WWE wrestling. And he has a Kofi. As a matter of fact, I'm proud to say just, not too long ago, it was me, Kofi Kingston, and Black Panther in a three-way. me and Black Panther turned on Kofi.
Yeah.
We beat him up, and then here I'm hearing his voice go, "Here is your winner, MVP, and Black Panther from Wakanda." I couldn't be any more proud, So to be at the Royal Rumble and to have him there at Minute Maid and see when Daddy came out, to be a part of that, to experience that, and then afterwards to be in the back and meet Rey Mysterio, and Rey had a mask for him. Rey Mysterio is his favorite wrestler. He always tells me, "Daddy, I'm Rey Mysterio." Yeah. So, as a father, you want your kids to have everything. And for my son to become the wrestling fan that he's become, and for me to have him take part in that experience and have that memory. And, of course, a huge shout-out to WWE for extending that opportunity to me. That's I don't even have enough words to say how much I appreciate that.
No, man, that's the company, man. I mean, it's always one of those things people can say what they want to say, but my son Kendrick, he saw me wrestle. He saw me wrestle last week as GI Bro at Reality Wrestling, and of course I lost. My team, we lost, and he goes, "Dad, why'd you lose?" I go, the storyline was for me to lose tonight. And he goes, "But Dad, you own the company." I say, but sometimes you gotta lose. But I remember, man, it seemed like it was just yesterday, man. It seemed like just yesterday that we was talking, and you was like, "Man, my dream is to go to Japan, man." It seemed like just yesterday.
Just yesterday.
Do it. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, do it feel the same way to you?
Yeah, man. Dude, I'm going to tell you, it's so crazy that I'm in the final stretch. Like, literally, I'm 75% certain I'll be announcing my retirement in a few months. And, I got some matches on my calendar, and I'm down to maybe my last dozen matches before it's over for me. And I was thinking about that. Like, now when I'm on these shows, I'm literally the OG in the locker room. I'm like legit the oldest dude in the locker room. And I remember being a young, jacked up stud where the veterans were like, "Hey, man, anybody know this jacked up kid knows how to work?" And from there till here, so, man, it seemed like it went by in the blink of an eye, man.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Dude, just yesterday, we was in Orlando. Norman Smiley had introduced us. We were standing backstage. You took the time to talk to me and Norman. You put me up on a lot of game. You gave me your telephone number, and you said, "Man, if you ever got any questions or need anything, call me." And I always tell people this story. Way later, when there was questions and possibilities, I was talking to Steve Kern about trying to get signed, and my criminal background came up. I called you. You answered. We had a long talk about your criminal background and how it affected you with wrestling, or you would deal with the WWE and Japan. And man, that was a huge boost to me, because at that point I was feeling like, oh man, my dreams are dashed. I can't go to Japan. I can't go to WWE. But you were there, and you said, "Hey man, don't worry about that, man. If you got talent, they'll get you there."
They'll find a way to get you there. That minister's permit to get you anywhere, man. I'm serious. But you gotta have talent to get one of them, man. But no, seriously, man. It does seem just like yesterday, man. And then, like you say, you perhaps 75% that you're gonna announce your retirement, man. And that's the thing, though, man. The journey, it never ends. It don't end till we want it to. If I could give you any advice in your retirement, man, it's this machine. It's called the teeter hang up. You better get you one of them.
I know about the teeter.
You better get you one of them, man, and use that son of a gun 3 days a week, just like me, man. And you still be looking good. You still be looking fly. Hey, man, we got a whole lot more to talk to you about, MV. Hey, guys, stick around. A whole lot more Hall of Fame. Back in a minute. MVP on the line right now. We're just chopping it up, going down. Shall we say it? In memory lane. Well, MV, you still there with me, dog?
Strolling down memory lane. Memory lane.
Hey, man, I'm happy to go down memory lane, man, because if we wasn't going down memory lane, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well,
I,
that's what the Hall of Fame
I'm
is, right?
serious, man. I tell people all the time, man. Every day, every time I get a year older, man, all it tells me is I'm still here. I'm serious. If I don't get to that next age, something went wrong in the middle.
Man, I say all the time, after all I've been through and all the horrible situations I got out of the past, I'm playing with the house's money right now. So, like every day that I wake up, I'm like, okay, all right, still here. This is good. All right, still breathing, still, and my little boy's 5 now, man. So I got to hang out for at least another 15, 20 years, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. That's what life's about, man. It's about the next generation, man. Speaking about the next generation, great segue. What would you tell some young guy that's getting into this business? Because you're one of those guys that's kind of like in the movie Beowulf when Beowulf says, give this man a gold piece and send him home, and he has a story to tell. What would you what would you tell what would you tell some young kid that's getting into this business and perhaps become successful?
My advice is the same, man. The business has changed so much from when you started to when I started,
Yeah.
just that little span. And now, at this point, it's so different now. There's so many different ways to consume the product. You
But
got Hulu.
can I before you get into it, to what you're getting ready to say, can I add one thing though? But
Yeah.
I know everything starts right now. Everything is different, but the ending is always the same.
Wow. Yeah. Well, just the basic things that I say is, man, take a, depending on the level of success you want. If you want to go to the WWE, that's a very specific type of dedication. If you want to just be an international indie star, that's a different game. But no matter what, you have to go to a reputable professional wrestling school and get trained. You have to learn how to do it the right way. That matters down the stretch. 2, I would say, make sure you think about your overall health, because, doing that ridiculously dangerous move, trying to go viral so you can make, $200-300 on the indies versus being in a wheelchair for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gamble, and I understand, with great risk comes great reward, but, just think about your health. Think about the long term. You walked away. I'm walking away.
Yes, indeed.
There are lots of guys that are limping away, and that's one of the things I said. So I would say a young guy getting in the game, a young woman, go to a reputable professional wrestling school to get trained and take care of your health. Do the stretches, eat right. Everybody used to laugh at DDP because he'd have all those ice bags on him backstage. And who's laughing now,
They laughed at me too, man, because I'd be over in the corner looking like a ballerina, stretching.
How dare you stretch?
I swear, man, they look at me like, what is wrong with you? But I'm like, bro, I'm still standing. I'm still looking good when I put the suits on, man. You know what I mean? When I take the suit off, too, I'm still looking not too bad. Not too bad. But speaking of young guys and jumping off stuff, Luke Hawks, you better tell your son, PJ, I better never see him jumping off a balcony in some mall for 300 people for probably $75 ever again. I just had to get that out there.
Man, I'm with you on that.
Did you see it? I don't know if you saw it or not.
I saw it.
Man, I was so mad.
Luke sent it to me.
Man, I was so mad, man. If he would have sent it to me, I would have sent it back with a caption. Man, because I was really upset. I was really upset watching that kid jump off of that balcony like that, because it's not worth it. And the kid really has a lot of talent. He's a very, very talented kid. And then when you start doing stuff like that, okay, you may go viral, okay, but people are going to expect to see it on a regular basis, and they're not going to give a crap about how talented you are. So my word of advice: don't catch yourself doing that ever again. But is there anything that you would change, in your career?
Man, for the most part, I'm so fortunate, man. I got to do just about everything I wanted to do. I got to, I did WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom, Down for Glory. I'm two-time U.S. champion, tag team champion with Matt, first ever IWGP Intercontinental champion in Japan. I've had a great time, and I got to do most of it on my terms. If I could change some things, sure. When I was younger, I may have been a little more focused on business and less concerned with my ego or my moral compass. I might have made some different business decisions, but I don't really have many regrets, man. And one of the cool things is, at the end of the day, when I'm done, when people talk about MVP, most people are going to remember MVP fondly in the WWE. And as far as my name in the business, I come as advertised. People kind of know, like, hey, MVP's going to tell you how it is.
Hey, man, that's true. That's true.
I don't talk shit behind. I don't talk behind people's back. If I like you, you're gonna know it. If I don't like you, you're gonna know it. I'm a professional. I can still work with you, but I like to think that my name, the legacy that I leave behind, is a solid one. One of hard work, respect, talent, and I don't think you can ask for too much more than that. My peers, the people who I look up to and I respect, just to be a young guy who used to watch SmackDown, to be accepted as a peer in the SmackDown locker room, working with you, working with Taker, working with Benoit, working with Kane. These are my peers now, my colleagues, and I remember being accepted as one. And there's not much of a higher honor than that once you lace them up. When the top practitioners of your craft accept you as one of their own.
Yeah.
There's no higher honor. Yeah. And I did that. I'm happy.
When they let you in the TV locker room. you and I know about that. When they let you in the TV.
Or like you say, when you're walking down the hallway and Taker looks at you and says, "Put your bags in that room."
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Taker, he gave me the nod. Man, why don't you come dress with us over here? I'm like, oh man, I made it. I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
No, but you always been that way, man. 100%, man. You speak up 100% of the time. I got a rule. If I feel right about something, if I'm totally right, if I'm 100%, I'm gonna speak up on it 100% of the time. When I'm 99%, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't know if you got the 99% rule.
No. Yeah, there were times when I probably. No, I mean, sure, there were times when I just should have walked away and been like, all right, whatever.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That's just one of my deals that I always keep in check. I say, man, if I'm 100%, man, I'm willing to get fired, man. I'm gonna walk on and pack my bag, you know what I mean? But if I'm 99%, man, Charmel gonna be hot when I get. She gonna be hot when I get home. She gonna be like, "What happened?" You know what I mean? It's like when
Hey, hold on, man. Speaking of hot, you know what was real hot?
What's that?
The VIP lounge was real hot Monday night.
Yeah, man, the VIP lounge, man. The VIP lounge. Talk to me about it, man. I mean, let's talk about it, man. How does it feel to be, back? I mean, you came back at the Rumble, in the H. That had to be sweet. You ain't had that long of a ride or drive. You know what I mean? But how did that feel being back at the Rumble as well as being back on the show?
Being back at the Rumble, like I said, was tremendous because my son was there and he got to be a part of it. And, just walking back down the hallway and being in the locker room, and it's 10 years have gone by.
Wow.
Since I've been there.
10 years.
So, but a lot, with the crew, a lot of those old familiar faces, some heads are a little grayer, a few more wrinkles. Back in the locker room, lots of fresh new faces. But, lots of smiles, lots of hugs and handshakes. And then, the following night in San Antonio, Monday Night Raw with Ray, that was my final WWE match, last match, And then I got a call, hey, we need you at TV on Monday. I'm like, I don't even work for you. What you mean you need me on Monday? And sure enough, I got, after I got the travel info, I got the information. Hey, we want you to come in and do Monday Night Raw VIP lounge segment with Drew McIntyre, and I was like, yeah, okay, y'all keep paying me to show up. I'll keep coming.
I know that's right. How different was it, man? How different was it seeing all the perhaps unfamiliar faces?
I mean, the locker room, right? It's the boys,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
from one locker room to the next, the faces change, but the vibe is pretty much the same. Just being on that stage because the set had changed quite a bit, the Monday Night Raw set. But the VIP lounge was still the VIP lounge. I felt really comfortable. I'm in my environment. The fans in Ontario were hot. It was a great time, Ontario, California. And Drew's on his way to the top. We had a great segment. We had fun with it, and I ended up getting Claymore kicked over a couch.
Hey, but you look good doing it. That's the thing, man. I remember taking a stunner at WrestleMania, and I said, man, I'm finna go out here and make this the best stunner you guys ever seen in your lives.
That's it, right?
I'm serious, man. So now you went out and played your role very, very well. And one thing about it, the young guys in the back, if they're watching, hopefully they can learn from the small little bitty things, the subtleties, and that's what a lot of times the young guys, mistake and just overlook. So having someone around like yourself for a minute definitely can help these guys. But man, I need a scoop. You know what I mean? I need a scoop. I mean, are we going to be seeing more of you in the WWE?
Well,
I'm trying to.
I'll say this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you a scoop. Whether or not I'll be seen on WWE television more has yet to be seen because I don't make those decisions, but I would definitely make myself available for an on-screen role in some capacity. But I'll be joining the team as a backstage producer soon.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
There's your scoop.
That's cool. That's cool, man. I needed that scoop, man. I'm happy to see you back, first and foremost, man. And I'm serious as far as the young guys in the back, they can actually learn from someone like yourself. I'm always talking about, passing it on. That's what I do. I mean, I have so much fun doing it. So definitely, man. I just want to say, me myself, I'm happy to see you back. Congratulations. Did you ever think this day was going to come?
No, man. I gotta tell you. Well, you know what? No, let me take that back. Let me stop lying. Of course, one day the end is gonna come. It's gonna happen one day. But when you're young and you're touring the world and you're making money, you're a pro wrestler. That seems like a million years away.
Yeah.
And then one day you wake up and you got gray in your chin and your back hurts and you realize, man, 20 years just went by, man. What happened?
Young guys out there, man. Young guys out there, take heed, man. Take heed, man. But you're still doing your thing, man. You're still doing your thing, man. And the people still want to follow you. Shout out your Twitter and your Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah, my Twitter and my Instagram is the 305 MVP. Check me out. And my podcast is VIP Lounge with little Alex Greenfield, Greenie. We're going to be relaunching that here real soon, so keep an eye out for the VIP Lounge podcast. You just go to the305mvp.com, and that's where we're going to upload it to start. And we're going to have fun with it. I always enjoy doing my podcast with Greenie. But that's a wrap, book. I'm going to be bringing this career to a close. I got about maybe a dozen matches left, and I'll be announcing my official retirement soon and transitioning to a behind-the-scenes role and wrapping it all up nicely in a bow. Calling it a career.
See, he's working. He's still working right now. You know what I mean? He's already talking. He slipped it in there. He didn't actually say it, but he slipped it in there. WWE, y'all better hook me up with the VIP lounge on the WWE network. That's what he said, but it was in code, okay? Y'all missed that part. Hey, bruh, I love you, man. Keep doing your thing, man.